be puffing action brightly as it passed through the hills. No one knows. The engine softly but kept puffing. All of a sudden, the engine came down to its defeat. But all that they ever found was a dirty tender. And the engine was James, his brother. They looked almost identical, except James didn't have a nameplate, and Ames did. Anyway, all that was found was the ashy tender. Of the engine. Ames never really cared about his appearance. To be honest, he really just worked hard. James, every time he gets dirty, he goes to the washdown and gets it all cleaned off. That's better. When James did actually hear about his brother crashing and not being found, he was really sad. He even had some soot and dirt on him from the last time they met. And that made James sad. But he was pulling a train when his driver was on his phone and he heard that James's brother had crashed. He felt really sad. He wished he got to know his brother better. So, he kept on pulling his train. Soon the skies grew darker. James continued, but getting more worried about his brother. But then James took a wrong turn and crashed. But soon, Thomas came along, pulling 2 trucks. He took the wrong turn as well, then saw the wreckage of James. So Thomas decided to get all the passengers into his trucks, and then he quickly took them to a station. After dropping the people off at the station, Thomas pushed the breakdown train in. By the time it was ready for James to get pulled back onto the tracks, they had to take away Jerome because Gordon and Henry had crashed into each other, but Thomas still had the smaller part. So soon they got it all ready. Thomas had a rope attached to him, and that rope was attached to the small part of the crane. And then there was another rope that was attached to the small part of the crane, which was attached to James' tender. Soon Thomas started to pull. He pulled, and he pulled, and he pulled, and then the rope snapped. Then Thomas was sent flying off. Meanwhile, they got James back on the rails, cleaned up, and left. But Thomas was still rocketing along. Then Thomas found himself in a cave. But he'd hit one of the walls massively, and it made the whole cave shake. And fell onto some tracks. Then Thomas followed the track and went into an old engine shed. And it was very cozy and warm inside the engine shed. But the engine shed was only made to take trucks and coaches for some reason. And the heavyweight of Thomas made the track fall down. But the big bang of Thomas hitting the ground and him hitting the wall made the cave start to collapse. So he jumped out of the old mine shaft as quickly as he could, but then suddenly he crashed. And then boulders start to fall. More dust and more boulders started to fall. Then suddenly, he was all right. He was fine. He was okay. Then he realized he was just a tin of sheds. And it was just the end of another good day.